Alright, there seems to be a lot of confusion, and normally I don't make videos like this, but I feel like this needs to be said. For those who don't know, uh, obviously past week 8 and the trade deadline expires in I believe in a little less than 24 hours, because it's the last game. Monday Night Football, Bears, Vikings, which, ugh, I don't care if it's Halloween, but man, that game though, brutal. But anywho, what I want to say is this, okay? Am I surprised Jamie Collins got traded? Yeah. I think a lot of people are, of course, Patriot fans and non-Patriot fans, of course. I mean, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, of course, your team sucks. 0-8 though. But, they got a good linebacker, of course. A very good, talented, smart defensively, aggressive linebacker. But to be honest with you, this trade kind of makes sense for the New England Patriots. And here's the reason why. Because I know people are going to be like, how does this make sense? Let me explain. First off, you got to look at the fact of this. As I mentioned in my Patriots and Bills recap video last night, I mentioned that the Patriots have had a hard, and I've mentioned this for several weeks now, of course, that the Patriots have a hard time basically pressuring the quarterback. And Jamie Collins wasn't really helping all that much, believe it or not, putting pressure and sacking the opposing quarterback. I know you probably think, oh, there's no way. Look at the numbers. It's true. You also look at the fact that Jamie Collins was going to be a free agent in the near future. Now, who else was a linebacker who was pretty talented, wanted big money, and was going to be a free agent, and that the Patriots traded this season as well? Chandler Jones, who of course now is with the Arizona Cardinals, who's been doing rather well, I think, for the Arizona Cardinals, as I expected he would be. I think a lot of us with that Bruce Arians aggressive, smart, fundamental defense, we all knew that Chandler Jones was going to be a pretty good fit there in Arizona. Now you look at this trade from for Jimmy Collins from New England to Cleveland. Now, of course, he comes from arguably might be the best team in the NFL to arguably the worst team in the NFL. So, the poor guy. But at the same time, supposedly he wanted that Von Miller money. Now, of course, you can't always believe in reports. There's always someone that, either makes it up or just twists things a little bit, or, of course, sometimes you get the accurate story. Here, I feel like Jamie Collins kind of wanted that Von Miller kind of money. Like, he wanted the ridiculous amount of money for like 5, 6 years. And the thing is, too, you got to remember this is the New England Patriots. This is an organization that usually 99.9% of the time does not pay a lot of money for a player. Even the great Tom Brady, one of many reasons why probably he takes a pay cut because, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick are right next to him saying, Tom, you gotta remember, we're the New England Patriots. We don't give out a huge amount of money. And he probably goes, okay, well, I'll take a pay cut, spread the wealth. So, and you also gotta look at the fact that, again, this is the New England Patriots. You gotta remember a few years ago when they won the Super Bowl, what happened right after they won the Super Bowl? Of course, the Deflategate, but besides that, Darrelle Revis wanted a chunk of money. The Patriots weren't willing to give him that money because they knew within a few years that, within a year or so, that Darrelle Revis was going to regress. Look what has happened to him right now on the New York Jets. He's regressed. He hasn't played all that well. In fact, he's even admitted, he's like, yeah, I'm not as fast as I used to be. And I'm like, yeah, because you're old, you're beaten up, and, So, with that in mind, you also look at the fact that they didn't pay him that money. Why didn't they pay that money? Because they're not like that. That's not the New England Patriots philosophy. They don't go out and go, yep, kind of pay this much money. That's why when I look at some of the other, quote unquote Patriot fans, which, I'll admit I'm a fan of a team that has a lot of bandwagons. I know every team usually does, but particularly the Patriots is a good example. You see, fans of this team going, well, they should pay a lot of money for so-and-so. They're not going to do it because that's just not Robert Kraft. That's not the way Bill Belichick, and that's not the New England Patriot way. It's just simple as that. They're not going to go out Jerry Jones and freaking give out a huge amount of cash for just one particular player. They might do it for a total of several players, but not one in particular player. And when I mentioned about Darrelle Revis, about Patriots not giving him that money, guess who stepped up? Malcolm Butler, the guy who made the huge interception, of course, the famous interception against the Seahawks. And look what happened since then. They relied on a younger guy, a guy who they got an undrafted rookie free agent corner, and he's come out. Now, I'm not saying Malcolm Butler is the best corner in the NFL. I'm not going to, exaggerate. I know there's some people who think that, and I sit there going, sure. But Malcolm Butler, to me, is a pretty good, decent, solid corner, I think, especially when you look at his scenario. You look at his career. Look at a guy who he was replacing. That's just how it is. So, am I totally surprised of Jamie Collins getting traded? Not really. Am I surprised still? Yeah, kind of. But if you look at the scenario, you look at how the Patriots have history, and I get it. This is more so of how, like I said, this is how they do business. But with that in mind, I get it that one of these days is going to bite them in the rear end. It is. So thus far it hasn't. My table's made of wood, just in case you're wondering what that knocking sound is. So, with that in mind, it's a possibility that it could bite them. But at the same time, you still got you still got guys like Dante Hightower. You still got, Mingo, who they got from the Browns a few weeks ago, who's, hasn't done spectacular per se, but, and they also recently, I believe, I forget what his name was, but I know recently they also traded for a linebacker who was in the Lions, and I sat there going, oh dear God. The fact that the Patriots want to get a linebacker from the Lions, the Detroit Lions, who haven't had a talented linebacker since, 2004 maybe? I mean, it's been a while for the Lions. Shout out Kuda Charumba. But anywho, that's it really. I mean, to me, it's not all that surprising. It's not. I know a lot of people are, and I know the Patriots, of course, got another draft pick. And I know Bill Belichick hasn't made the greatest draft picks. I mean, for crying out loud, this is the same organization that said no thanks to Keenan Allen, but said we need Aaron Dobson. For anybody asking, no, I still do not forgive this organization for making that move. All right, you have one of the better young wide receivers in the NFL and Keenan Allen right in front of your face. And you're going for Aaron, a.k.a. Dropson. This organization, though. Anywho, that's it for me, really. What you guys think about the Jamie Collins trade? If you want to give your thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. Subscribe to this channel if you have not for more content such as this. And check out my Twitter. It's where I give a lot of my reactions to certain things, of course. That will also be down in the description box. And I hope you guys have a safe and awesome Halloween tonight. Please. I already heard about this one. Okay, real quick. Did you guys hear about this crazy story about this guy who dressed up as Freddy Krueger apparently at a Halloween party and started shooting 8 people or something? Ugh, psychos come out on Halloween. I swear they do. They're like, oh, look, crazy people in Halloween movies. I can be that guy. No, don't do it. Seriously, just get help and please stay safe. Anyways, that's it for me.